Hello, everybody. We should be live right about now. I believe we are. Yes, we are. We are live. So tonight, the Montreal Canadiens played against the Vegas Golden Knights and would end up losing. 4-3 was the final score. It was an overtime. So the Canadiens still have not won two straight games this season. Uh, don't know if we will. This is probably going to be a very, very short stream considering it is currently 1 a.m. It is currently 1 a.m. And I don't think many people are going to be awake at this point. King Julian Straw is very bad. The fact that he can come in the first at the deadline potentially, I'm very happy about that. So that strikes me as another Rive trade, honestly. We trade him to a team like the Oilers. It ends up being a lotto pick. Maybe we get first and second overall, get Shane Wright, Matthew Savoy. Who knows? I'd be very happy with that. Surprisingly, the only comment to come in so far is that. Oh, never mind. Well, you guys made it interesting, and it was better than the Oilers tonight. Exactly, Clifford. Better than the freaking Soilers. 6-0 loss to the Florida fucking Panthers. Jesus. Honestly, Oilers are arguably worse than the Canadiens at this point. I would make that argument that over the last 6 or 7 games of both teams, Edmonton has been so much worse than the Montreal Canadiens. But then again, when aren't the Oilers worse than the Canadiens? It's kind of always been that way. So not really a big surprise there. The opening lines for the Canadiens were Toffoli, Suzuki, Evans, Drouin, Pitlick, Anderson, Dauphin, Dvorak, Hoffman, and Pezzetta, who I misspelled his name. That's I guess what I get. He scores tonight. I misspelled his name. But Pezzetta, Paling, and Lehkonen, Schwartzavard, Clegg, Petrie, Romanoff, Weidman were the defense pairings. Samuel Montembeault against the starting net yet again, and Caden Primo keeps backing him up. That game where he allowed 3 goals in the first period is not looking good for him. The opening lines for the Golden Knights were Marchessault, Karlsson, Smith, Carrier, Stephenson, Dadonov, Janmark, Waugh, Colasar, and Howden, Patrick, Amadio, McNabb, Petrangelo, Theodore, and actually Whitecloud was out. It was a new defenseman, Mamonov, something like that. He's a Russian guy. Was in not Whitecloud. He was a healthy scratch, and Hutton, Cogland were the defense pairings. Robin Leonard gets the start net tonight, and Logan Thompson, having thought to be backing him up, it was not. It would end up being Dylan Ferguson. I found this out at the very end of the game when they were all going to the back. It was Dylan Ferguson backing up Robin Leonard. Before the game, Canadians coming off a win and no apparent lineup changes. Yeah. I feel like there was. Drouin ended up getting a $5,000 fine for the cross checks against Tyler Seguin. Very surprised Tyler Seguin didn't get anything for the initial cross checks. Very boring early part of the game. There was not much action. There was a very defensive lapse, very bad defensive lapse by Paling and Lehkonen. Chandler Stephenson scores his 18th goal of the year for the 1-0 Golden Knights lead. Not much to say. If Price is gone, we definitely need to look for another goalie. Is there one available in round 1? If we trade for another first, Primo, I feel, won't be a number 1 guy. King Julian, I think Primo's going to be type of Allen type of guy, where he's best suited as a backup. But if he's a 1A, 1B type of guy, then he can do pretty good. He can be good in kind of small spurts, I actually do see potentially Montembeault being a decent starter for a couple of years for us. Obviously not like right now, but if you give him 2 to 3 more years to develop, he could be a decent starter. There is no goalie available in the first round, I'm pretty sure. But King Julian, Primo was a 7th round pick, and the fact he made it to the NHL is pretty good. There's been a lot of goalies who have been picked in late rounds that have made it to the NHL. I believe Evgeny Nabokov was, I want to say a 5th round pick. Sergei Bobrovsky wasn't even drafted. I believe the 1 year he was draft eligible. I think he was draft eligible for a year. Robin Leonard, who played tonight, I believe was a 5th round pick. There are a lot of good goaltenders, mostly come out of later rounds. I believe Pecorine, was a 11th round pick. I think the year he was picked. I might be confusing him with Dustin Buffland, but one of those guys were an 11th round pick back when that existed. So, just because you get another first round pick doesn't mean you have to get a goaltender. You don't have to reach on a guy who's supposed to go in the 3rd round, Nice to see that Vegas could take some time off from their busy schedule of getting STDs from Vegas hookers to play the Habs tonight. Clifford, me too, man. Very, very happy to see that. Hello, Uvrri Onyeteni Yivwi Ugwimawiv Usas. Hello there. That must be Italian. But yeah, Clifford, very, very nice to see the Golden Knights taking time off their very, very busy schedule to play the Canadiens tonight. That was very, very happy. Very nice to see. The game started to pick up pace after that. There were some back and forth shots between both teams. Palin got stopped right in front of the net by Leonard. It was a good save for him. Then the Habs went to the PK. Suzuki gets called on interference for interference on Michael Amadio, which, by the way, the Patrick line of Amadio and Howden was one of Vegas' strongest, in my opinion, tonight. They were definitely the strongest in the first period. They looked pretty good. And they would have kind of that net front presence all game. They would give a lot of what Vegas they would deliver a lot of the offense that Vegas would want tonight. Canadians had a good job killing off the PK. No interference on the Knights when Habs almost had a 2-on-1. Very surprised there. So it was 1-for-1 on the PK tonight. Vegas then got many, many shots. The shots, I believe, were about 9-7. However, Vegas was getting them in bulk. Or I think the shots were, 11-7 at that point. Ken Hughes has to go. We suck. Yes, we are 1-0-1 under Ken Hughes, but we suck and he has to go. I agree, my good friend. I believe the shots were 11-7 for the Golden Knights at that point. However, shots Vegas were more in bulk. We were getting seemingly a little bit more quality in our shots, at least in my opinion. Canadians had some push, but Montembeault was keeping the Habs in it off of a few turnovers that we were making. Knights were getting some good shots at that point. Then Michael Amadio fans on a really good shot for the Knights. Habs then pushed, and we'd score. Canadians get the goal from Michael Pezzetta. He has goals in back-to-back games. A lone assist on that one to Lehkonen. He puts it in with the stick this time, not off of his face. So he gets the tie. Canadians then had some more push. Anderson nearly got the 2-1 lead. He had a really solid period and a pretty good game for himself. Vegas fighting back afterwards. They knew they could not lose to us. But the shots were 18-10 Vegas after the first period, and the game was tied 1-1. 11 seconds in, good stop by Montembeault and a backhand from Daddy. Vegas kept pushing. They already had 20 shots in the game. That was about 4 minutes in. Canadians then had a bit of fire, and they would go to the power play because of it. Nick Suzuki draws a tripping call on Marchessault. Habs had good setup, but the Knights were having some really good defensive play to stop any shots. There's especially one, I believe it was with Suzuki. Toffoli was right in front of the slot. Suzuki tried to get a quick pass down, but a Golden Knight was kneeling in front of Toffoli to stop the shot, and another had his stick out. So good. Very good defensive play, at least in my opinion, by the Golden Knights to stop us from scoring. So we were 0-for-1 on the power play tonight. Evans then had a near break, but there was good defense by Dylan Coghlan to break it up. Knights then had pressure. Knights had more pressure. Habs are trying to cycle the puck around. I know you just like Pezzetta. I've actually started to like Pezzetta more recently as he's been more offensive. But yeah, he should be our fourth line guy for sure, King Julian. Like if he keeps playing the way he played in the past maybe 4 or 5 games, then absolutely. I'd be very happy with Michael Pezzetta staying in the lineup when everyone's healthy. I'd be fine with him maybe being on the left wing, Byron on the right. Maybe Pezzetta does seem like he has a little bit of speed to him, has a bit of offense along with being the energy guy. I wouldn't mind if he keeps putting up a couple goals here and there to be our fourth line guy. Sup, Harry? Hey, happy birthday, Gabriel. My 16th birthday today. The least they could have done was to win the game. I guess not all birthday wishes come true. Unfortunately, not Gabriel, but hey, they got a point. I'd consider that a half birthday wish because half a point is half a win. So you can see it as that. We half won the game tonight. You can see it as that if you want, my guy. But happy birthday. I hope you had a wonderful day. Hope you had a wonderful birthday, my guy. And happy 16th birthday, my friend. Where were we? Oh, sorry. Knights went to the PK. It was David Savard. I almost called him Denny. My apologies, Mr. Denny Savard. David Savard called for interference. He is trash, and he completely was. Knights scored on it. William Karlsson, just his 6th goal of the year on the power play, barely beats Montembeault, just squeaked by under his arm as he was trying to make the save. It actually goes off his arm. Not like it was going to go wide and he gets it in, but it just bounces off and into the net. It was going in either way. So we were 1 for 2 in the PK tonight. Happy birthday. All I can think of when someone is 16 is that song done for Prawn SpongeBob. Yes, Uvu. Me too, my guy. No, my birthday is literally today. I was born at 1:44 a.m. In about 30 minutes from now is when I was actually born. Hey, Gabriel, let's go. That's sick. Happy birthday. Literal, holy shit, happy birthday. Nice, my guy. That is pretty damn cool right there, if you ask me. That is some pretty cool stuff right there. Um so yeah, hopefully you guys hopefully you had a great birthday, my guy, and or you're gonna have a great birthday, my guy, and hell yeah. I don't know what I'm saying anymore, I'll be honest. Canadians had a bit of fight. Knights were still playing well defensively though. Then we would go to the PK or the power play. Habs would somehow go to the power play. Nicholas Waugh sent to the box for holding. It didn't look like holding, in my opinion, but yeah, Knights would go to the PK. Harry, I always see you online on PS4. What games do you play, Gabriel? Recently, I've played a shit ton of. I'm surprised it doesn't tell you guys what games I play. I'll have to I'll have to edit that because I want it to tell you guys what I play. I'll try and fix that in the settings, but I've been playing a lot of Grand Theft Auto 5 recently. Beat the story mode in that. Holy shit, it was great. I've been playing a lot of NHL 20 the past like 2 days because I'm trying to achievement hunt. I'm trying to start not necessarily platinum games, but I want to start getting a lot of the achievements that I can get. Like for example, NHL 20, there's a few hut things like get 50 stars in hut challenges that I can easily do. I just need to grind at that. Be a pro. I'm trying to get the break the all-time records for points achievement. I'm trying to get a bunch of things on there. Like I'm gonna go back and play some WWE like 2K18 and 2K16 in the next couple weeks to try and get some achievements in those games that I haven't gotten yet. I'm gonna go back on the PS3 and play some old WWE games on there. I want to try and platinum SmackDown vs. Raw 2010 because that's the only WWE game that doesn't have achievements for online. It's exclusively offline achievements, so which sucks because I've platinum 2K14 before, but it's never gonna recognize that I platinumed it, unfortunately. But yeah, I play a lot of GTA. I've been playing a lot of NHL 20. I play some 21 as well, and yeah, I want to start playing some. I want to do some more like Last of Us. I also have God of War. I want to play some more of those types of games, like story-based games, Until Dawn, Uncharted. I want to start playing more of those games, but I want to wait until we get a good internet connection because I have the headset. I have a perfectly good headset now, but I'm just waiting to get good Wi-Fi. Actually, I don't know. I might try and stream maybe tomorrow. No guarantees, but I might try and stream in the next couple days just to see how the Wi-Fi. Actually, I can't do it tomorrow because we play again tomorrow. Shit. But I want to try and wait most likely until we get a good internet connection because then I'll be able to stream those games. I wanted to stream GTA to you guys, but I knew there's some really like bad things that we not bad things, but there's some things in that game that YouTube would not allow. Ironically, because I think actually I think they do allow them because in a video game, but I forget. But but yeah, I do want to start playing more games on streams for you guys, and I think it'd be cool maybe if I go through some of my achievement hunting on PlayStation with you guys. Harry, I did my best. Hey, Dom Deschamps, don't worry about it, my guy. Pablo, how's it going, buddy? Thank you for coming by. Montembeault exists. Montreal Defense Euro. Exactly, Pablo. Montembeault has carried us these last like 2.5 games because I think he got in the second period of the 2 games ago. If only I was in the NHL games. Exactly, Dom. If only you were in the NHL games. I played through Red Dead Redemption 2 a second time just to do the house song again. William, I have no clue what you're talking about, but I'm sure when I play Red Dead Redemption, I'm gonna love that. Thoughts on Microsoft buying Activision? Is Activision still a fucking company? I thought Activision died like 5 years ago. I mean, hey, if they're still a thing, then I mean, hey, good on Microsoft buying a nearly dead video game company, and I hope they don't fuck up Activision like they did with the company who made Halo. I know Microsoft technically made the company who made Halo, but you guys get what I mean. Hopefully they don't fuck up Activision series like they fucked up Halo. So yeah. Yeah, Canadians with the power play. Pezzetta and Colasar went at it after for a moment after the whistle went, and we'd score on the power play. Tyler Toffoli gets his second goal in as many games. On the power play, he tucks it home. Oh, Microsoft bought Blizzard. Oh, that has no emotional bearing on me, in my opinion. More like Activision. Hell yeah, Clifford. Let's go, my guy. Okay, but if Microsoft bought Blizzard, then yeah, that has no emotional bearing on me. I don't play League of Legends. I don't play World of Warcraft. I don't play any of those MMORPG games. I don't play any, not RPG, but any of those MMO games. I don't play any of those. I used to play League of Legends with my girlfriend when I had one. As surprising as it is to hear, when I had a girlfriend. I played League and I just couldn't. I played it, but it was kind of like, hey, I like you, so I'll try and play it, but I didn't get into it that much. And when we broke up, it was like, yeah, no, League, I'm probably never gonna play you again, so I just uninstalled it. I thought about getting back into League, but I'm like, yeah, no, I didn't really enjoy it that much. Because it's for me, League of Legends is a game where it's like it's fun because you get to fight people, but when you're a low level guy, because like I obviously I had to create an account. When you're a low level guy going against high ranked guys, it's not that fun. It's not that fun, and I don't feel like grinding for weeks and weeks and a few months, just to get up to that level where those people I can take on, and it's like, oh, it's evenly matched or I'm winning. I don't want to. I don't like obviously I don't like games where you just immediately just win everything. That's why I like NHL games because there's that varying level um, of surprise and whatever, but of who's gonna win. But I at least like games where it's not like, okay, yeah, if you're level 1 and you're facing a level 20 for whatever reason, um, if you're level 1 facing like level 20, I don't think that's the exact ratio. But for example, like, oh yeah, no, you're gonna lose like 99 out of 100 times, as opposed to in a game where it's like, oh, if you're like say in WWE, if you're if you're an overall 72 and you're facing an 86, there's a much better chance that you can beat that 86. For me, I prefer games, not simple games, I guess you could say, but I prefer like a lot of sports games and whatever to MMO games. It's why I like story games as well, like GTA. You don't have to level up your guy necessarily. Sure, your guy gets better, but you don't start out like with Michael. You don't start out with really really bad shooting and it gets better. You have decent shooting. You have good shooting. It just gets better. More like World of Warcraft. Am I? Hey, Clifford, I love you guys. You guys are awesome. Microsoft bought you? Oh shit! If Microsoft bought me, holy shit! I must be a millionaire then. Harry chose B. No, I chose C. I had to save my fucking homies, Michael and Trevor. I had to fucking save them. And I just realized you play as Michael in that mission. So me saying homies was not meant to be a cognition of blacks. It was just meant to be like me saying like they're my homies. So yeah, I chose C like everyone did. I would have chosen B because realistically, Trevor should die because he's the guy where it's like, yeah, no, he's the most emotionally unstable and the most mentally deranged and extremely dangerous. So realistically, it would make sense to kill him. Hence why option B is called a rational choice or whatever it's called. Like, I feel like killing Trevor's the right option in terms of like what you would do in real life. I feel like you would save Michael, kill Trevor. At least that's what I think most people, if this were real life, would do. But we'll see. Yeah, yeah, Gabriel. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm glad you agree with my little thing about League because I saw you posted that a second ago. But back enough about League for a minute. We can talk League in a little bit. But this game, Toffoli scores from Suzuki and Weidman. A really nice goal for him. We were 1 for 2 on the power play. Quietly, Habs having goals on power play goals in 4 straight games. So power play is still, I believe, the worst in the NHL, but we're getting slightly better. It's getting up there. Our power play is slowly getting a little bit better, even if we're still the worst team in the NHL and worst team on the power play. I believe we are now the 3rd worst team on the PK because we had not a great PK tonight, but we've had a really good PK. Ignoring this game, the past like 3 or 4 games, we've had a pretty good penalty kill, in my opinion. Golden Knights pushed after we scored. Canadiens then had some turnovers. They nearly got a 3-2 lead with some good looks on Robin Leonard. Habs had a bit more pressure. We looked really solid in the second period. We kind of had not the opposite of, we kind of had the opposite of the Dallas game. Tonight we had a really decent first, really good second, terrible third. Dallas, I'm pretty sure, was a really bad first, good second, and a great third, I'm pretty sure. Golden Knights late in the second pushed for the 3-2 lead. Shots were 32-18 for the Golden Knights, but the game was tied 2 apiece. Canadiens early in the third looked solid, but then we would go to the power play. Pietrangelo called for the leave game with the puck over glass. Bit kind of kerfuffled on that one because I thought it might have gone off Drouin's stick. I didn't get a good look at it at the penalty. But I mean, hey, I will gladly take a power play. Canucks are the worst team on the PK with like 68%. Jesus, has that gotten like any better under Boudreau, or is it just like nah? Yeah, no, Boudreau. That's the only thing he hasn't fixed the PK. Because holy shit, the fact you guys have won 18 games, that means most of your goals are coming when your guys are shorthanded. Then, jeez, just imagine if the Canucks smartened up on their PK. God damn, just imagine how much better they'd be. Maybe they need Ben Sherrod. I mean, hey, Canucks, I'm just saying. For low cost of a first round pick, you can improve your penalty kill. Boudreau will fit well with Toronto. King Julian, he might. I mean, I don't think he's gonna leave Vancouver. I think he signed a 3-year deal, was it, Clifford? What was it, a 3-4-year deal with Vancouver? But yeah, I think Boudreau would have fit in well with Toronto. I think he would have fit in well with Montreal, honestly. I feel like the French people would have been fine with him having a French name, Bruce Boudreau. Bruce Boudreau, you could call him that, or just Bruce Boudreau, Bruce Boudry, Bruce Boudry. If you're saying it in an extremely English way. Oh yeah, it's because he loses home game 7s in the first round. That's the big meme about Bruce Boudreau, is that he loses home game 7s and chokes 3-2 series leads. So yeah, he would fit well in Toronto in that regard. He would fit well in Toronto in a multitude of ways. Then Habs look solid, but unfortunately, no power play goal again. We were 1 for 3 on the power play. For the game, spoiler, that's the last power play we'd get. Golden Knights caught some turnovers, but there would be nothing for them, unfortunately. Carrier then in front of Montembeault, whacks at a puck, goes at it with Sherrod after the whistle finally goes, and then Savard decides, hey, come over here, you beautiful bastard, and does him for a minute. Carrier is a very nice looking French man. He's from Quebec, so yeah, we all look good from Quebec. The Knights nearly got sent on a 2-0 after a high stick by the Canadiens, a high stick on the puck. The Knights were able to grab it. And then we scored. Leonard was really out of his game with the amount of goals he allowed and the amount of shots. I'm surprised we didn't win in regulation. But Mike Hoffman gets his 7th of the year. Great pass from Jonathan Drouin. 4 assists in 3 games. So he's on a 3-game point streak quietly, proving why he should have gone to the All-Star game, in my opinion. And Dauphin with the other assist. It's a 3-2 lead for the Canadiens. 3 years, I think, and they've improved by like 1 percentage point. Lately, they've been terrible again. I mean, hey, Clifford, at least you guys got that. At least you guys got that little bit of improvement overall. I mean, you guys are barely out of the playoff race, I think, because of barely out of it. I think because of Winnipeg and Edmonton. Well, Winnipeg kind of winning, and Winnipeg or Edmonton taking themselves right out of it. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what the Canucks do. I'm hoping they start winning, my guy. I'd love for the Canucks to win, honestly. It'd be really fun if they could. That'd be cool. That would be really, really nice. Will you buy a right jersey if we get him? Orange hair beast. It's possible. It's honestly possible that I might get a Shane Wright jersey. I mean, if I'm going to the draft in Montreal in June, which I would love to, I would absolutely love to go to the draft in June. It'd be so cool. And we have first overall and we get Shane Wright. I'd probably buy a Shane Wright jersey for the draft. Honestly, I'd probably buy a Shane Wright jersey for the draft. And then we're going to go out on a limb and fucking take Matthew Savoy first overall. But I'd probably buy a Wright jersey if we get him. I think I'd probably buy a Cole Caulfield jersey first. But I'd probably want to get a Shane Wright jersey. I think it'd be cool. Get a jersey of the guy who's potentially going first overall to the Canadiens. That'd be cool. I have a feeling we're going to get Lafreniere, even though I don't want him. Something makes me think we're going to get him just for the French fans wanting French players. Orange hair beast, if we do, we'll probably only have to pay like a 3rd-round pick, given Lafreniere is fucking trash in the NHL. I mean, hey, I think he would work in Montreal. I feel like if he comes to Montreal, that saves him from being a bust for another year. I think he's kind of like a Dag. I feel like Lafreniere, if we were to acquire him, it wouldn't be that good. I feel like he wouldn't be good. I feel like we'd have to deal something like an underperforming player of our own, like a David Savard, and something else, to get Lafreniere. I wouldn't want Lafreniere on the Canadiens. I don't like Lafreniere. I was really happy when the Canadiens beat the Penguins because we wouldn't get Lafreniere. Even though I want him to do good because I hope these cards that I have still sealed end up making me some money. But yeah, no, I still do think that he's probably going to. I still do think that we're probably getting probably gonna get or he's probably gonna bust out of the NHL by 2025. I'm still under that impression personally. The team that gets the first overall pick should do a game show parody of the draft called "The Price Is Right." Barker Clifford. That's what I'm saying. I think if Montreal should do it, I think if Montreal gets first overall, they should absolutely do that and get fucking Carey Price involved. Get Price maybe in there as Bob Barker, or get Bob Barker in there, or Drew Carey Price maybe. You could have the co-host Drew Carey Price maybe. That'd be kind of fun. That'd be kind of fun, I think. So, I mean, hey, whoever does get first overall would be very fun to see them do a Price is Right parody. Knowing the Rangers, they'd want Caulfield, an orange hair beast. We would not get. No, they wouldn't want Caulfield orange hair. They'd want Pezzetta because they're all about that grit and toughness that does not win you Stanley Cups anymore. They'd be all about the grit and toughness. Knights with big pressure, they were looking to get back in it right away. Knights were piling up shots. Knights had complete control after we scored. I don't know what else to say. Knights were burying Montembeault in shots. He has faced at that point in the game 87 plus shots since the start of the Dallas game. Spoiler, between this game and the Dallas game, he will have faced over 100 shots in his last two games. Montembeault, the only reason we won the Dallas game and the only reason we didn't lose in regulation tonight or get destroyed tonight. Marchessault then got stopped by Montembeault on a break. Great save for him. Vegas had all the pressure. They were looking incredible. They just weren't able to tie it. I put Vegas just peppering Montembeault with shots. They'll easily hit 50 shots. Surprisingly, they would not easily hit 50 shots until the overtime period. Habs numbered the PK. Anderson was forced to hook Carrier. And the Knights score. Bad defense by everyone but Schrott, surprisingly. Marchessault's goal gets his, not league leading. I wish league leading. That would have been really funny. But gets his team leading 19th goal. 19th goal of the game. So, yeah. What would you do if we got first pick and Kent drafts his own son? Honestly, I'd find it fucking funny if Kent Hughes drafted Jack Hughes first overall, because then I would demand that we either trade him to New Jersey or get Jack Hughes so we can have both first overall Jack Hughes. I'd be a little pissed, obviously, because oh damn, fucking favoritism at its finest. But I'd be able to make memes out of it. I'd make epic memes out of that. But Marchessault again gets the goal. We were 1 for 3 on the PK tonight. Knights just every kind of shot they wanted tonight. They were getting everything they wanted except goals, pretty much. Canadiens pushed with 3 minutes remaining, but there was no real big fighting shots. Habs then kept fighting a few minor shots. They would have all of 4. Oh, they kept fighting with a few minor shots, but they would have 4 in the entire period. Yeah. Lafreniere never impressed me during his junior. I never seen him as a first overall. Every time Rimouski came here, he spent more time in the box or being ejected than actually playing. Really William Martin. I've never heard much about Lafreniere being a lot really in the box or being ejected. Interesting. Funny enough, that's kind of how my guy is in NHL 21 or NHL 20. I haven't played 21's career mode yet. Funny enough, that's how he is in 20. I always score like 8 or 9 goals and then boom, boarding and get ejected. It's never on purpose. It's always me. It's always like, all right, I'm going to hit. And it's like, oh, fuck, that's a boarding. I fight and then boom, I'm ejected out of the game. I have like 600 penalty minutes for the first like 38 games of the year. And I also have like 400 points. Everyone's like Wright or Savoy. Kent just drafts his own son. Orange hair? That'd be a funny meme. I'd like that. Kent Hughes is officially the whitest name I've ever heard of. Well, he's French, surprisingly. He's from Montreal. So yeah, and he speaks French. He's bilingual. So that's very, very funny. Shots were 14-9 to 22 Golden Knights, but we were somehow tied 3-3 into overtime. Canadiens actually had good chances off of the Suzuki Petrie Evans line. Suzuki had a good shot. The rebound by Leonard right to Petrie. another good save. And Evans at the blue line slaps it, nearly puts it home. I think Gordon is Kent's best friend. Orange hair, I'd hope they'd be really good. Nick Allen coming in. That sucked for the Habs, but that would have been a nice one to have for Montreal. Or that would have been a nice one. It would have been Nick Allen, I agree. First time winning 2 games in a row this year is what it would have been. Yeah, it would have been a really, really nice game for us to win. I'm trying to see if this honey bun when it expires, but I don't know if there's going to be an expiration date. If someone could help me and tell me where it says honey buns expire on the Mega Snack Relays, unfortunately not sponsored. Please sponsor us. I'm a fucking sponsor whore. I want any type of sponsor we can get. I don't care if you're a scam or no. Actually, no. Please, if you're a scam, please don't fucking DM me for Please don't message me if you're a scam for sponsorships. As much as of a whore I am for sponsors, I want sponsors. I will not sponsor things that are scams on the surface. I will test things out potentially, unless it requires a phone, which in that case I can't. Honey Boo Boo. Oh fuck, Orange Hair Beast. I forgot about Honey Boo Boo. Bro, whatever happened to Honey Boo Boo? What happened to that bitch? She was popular for like 2 years and then just fell off the face of the earth. I know her mom's like dating some like pedophile or like child molester or something and like defended him or something. Vegas then had pressure after our 3 chances. Marchessault gets stopped on a solid break. And then right off the face off, it's to Shea Theodore. Not off the face off, off of Josh Anderson turnover. Puck gets to Shea Theodore and he ends it. God fucking damn it. Shea Theodore wins it. Golden Knights take it. I almost said the Ducks take it. I'm somehow used to him still being in Anaheim. Do you think Ken Hughes is superior to Marc Bergevin? Nick Allen, immediately, absolutely not, because obviously he's done nothing as a general manager. Bergevin has 10 years of experience on him. I don't know. Because here's the thing. I think for the last I seen Honey Boo Boo, she was on Masked Singer with her mom, was she? Oh, Jesus. But yeah, Ken Allen, I'd hope that with each GM the Habs get, they just get better and better than the last. But I don't know. I think for the first 2 to 3 years of Allen's tenure as GM, you have to kind of look at it as Jeff Gordon probably calling all the shots and making all the moves. Because that's kind of what the speculation was, is that whoever's hired is going to be a rookie GM like Ken Hughes is. And they're just going to Jeff Gordon's going to be the GM, and they're just kind of learning from Gordon for the first couple of years until they're really ready to be the general manager. So I feel like Ken Hughes, I want him to be better than Bergevin. I absolutely love Marc Bergevin, but I feel like Ken Hughes, I feel like Bergevin. I love Bergevin, and obviously I'd hope Hughes is better than Bergevin, because that means we're gonna fucking win like 3 Stanley Cups with how good Ken Hughes could be. But yeah, I think Jeff Gordon should have been GM. But yes, yeah, exactly, Nick Allen. I think Gordon's going to be the GM at heart, but he just gets the head of player development or head of player services, or the head of giving head or something like that. Whatever he is, he's going to be the real GM, and Ken Hughes is pretty much going to be an AGM for the first couple of years. Trade Shaw right now before his trade value plummets to 0. Jacob, with teams like the Oilers needing defense, there's no way his trade value plummets there. Bergevin is better at drafting defense, probably, yes. Orange hair, I agree. Bergevin drafting, guys like Harris, Romanoff, Struble, guys like this. Definitely, he is better at drafting defense. I do think Hughes will probably win offensively for sure. Bergevin drafting guys like Caulfield and, KK, and I was going to say Galchenyuk, but no, he was drafted like 3 months before Bergevin joined the team, I'm pretty sure. Oh, was he? No, yeah, I'm pretty sure No, I think he was like the first guy Bergevin drafted, I think, actually. But yeah, I do think Hughes and Gordon together, they are definitely going to have a more straight offensively minded look, rather than Bergevin, who had the not underdeveloped, but underutilized and underrated guys like Drouin and Toffoli, who I think Toffoli was kind of underrated by a lot of people. I never heard him really getting talked about much until he came to Montreal. But get these underutilized and underappreciated players and turn them into really good players. I don't see that out of Ken Hughes. I do see him as more of all right, this guy's really good offensively already. I want him, or I want to draft him, or I want to sign this big guy in free agency because he'll take less, and I'm really happy. And I'm really happy, honestly. that we hired a player agent in Ken Hughes who deals with a lot of players from Quebec, because maybe we can get good Quebec players for once. Aside from the odd good one here and there, like Drouin, we don't have to get a Mathieu Perreault or a Cedric Paquette or a David Savard. We can potentially, I'm not saying we will, but potentially get, a Chris Letang or a Jonathan Huberdeau, not exactly like superstar like Huberdeau or Bergeron, but get someone who can be at least a serviceable like third line guy. We can at least get someone who's good in his role. So yeah, hopefully Hughes ends up better than Bergevin. I love Bergevin, but we'll see. The old Habs played to not lose. Hopefully, Jacob, hopefully the new Habs play to win, but end up losing, because I do want the Canadiens to get a top 5 pick this year. I mean, I'll be happy with a top 10 pick, but I do hope we get a top 5 pick. But yeah, the old Habs definitely played like, all right, guys, just do something. Just do something. Now we're like, all right, let's go out. Let's score some goals, Patrick Waugh for starting goalie. Jacob Waugh probably could step in net and still put up at least a 900 save percentage and a 2 goals against average, but probably. My boss is a Bruins fan, and he feels Sweeney is doing a worse job than Bergevin. I could see that, William. I could easily see that. Don Sweeney, I don't think he's done a great job as Bruins GM. Was he the guy that drafted Zaboral, DeBrusque, and what's his name instead of fucking Barzell, Shabbat? Kyle Connor, I think, was even picked after those 3. Is he the guy that drafted those fucks? I'd say do a price type trade to Colorado for Gerard, first Frenchman that can be our long-term top 4 D-man. Onion hair. Why do I keep calling you onion hair? Orange hair. I do agree, my guy. I think a price type trade to Colorado would work. I wouldn't even mind trading 50% because you can probably get a Gerard. You can probably get, there's the centerman that's not used by them right now who's apparently good. You can get a first, at least, probably 2, Habs should easily get a top 5, if not first overall. Yeah, Nick Allen, I agree. Habs current odds to win the lottery are 25.7, so technically a 1 in 4 overall, but 1 in obviously like 15. So kind of like our odds. I do like our odds, but anything could happen. Anything could happen in the draft. People didn't expect fucking Edmonton to win. I think it was 2014 or one year they won the draft lottery. It was like, how the fuck did these guys win it? Or there was one team in the last decade where they like massively jumped up. I think it was Jersey, the year they got Jack Hughes. I think they jumped from like 9th to 1st or something like that. So we'll see. But yeah, orange hair, I agree. We would get more in a price trade probably. So the final shots of the game were 53-25 Golden Knights. And the Knights won 4-3 in overtime. So we've been live for about roughly 40 minutes or so, guys. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to head out. If you guys want to head out like right now, if you guys obviously after the stats, if you guys want me to answer questions for a little bit, I am perfectly fine with either or, though. Perfectly fine with either or. Yeah. So yeah, guys, what I'm gonna do? Feel bad for Monty. Yeah, 2 games in a row where he takes 50 plus shots. Jacob, I agree, my guy. Dude has like 3 wins, and he honestly deserves 20. Montembeault, with how he's played recently, he honestly deserves 20 wins in a season. Ooh, Rangers somehow, won it in 2020. Yeah, they made the playoffs with the special Nick Allen. Yeah, well, that's the thing. That's the thing is the Leafs almost won first overall. But they literally hit the fucking post like Tavares. Yeah, I find it weird they won the first overall pick despite making the playoffs. But yeah. It's Gordon's luck. Thank God we have now. Yeah, I mean, I just want to point out, guys, we have not lost in regulation since we got Ken Hughes. We have only lost 1 point since we've hired Ken Hughes. So we'll see. hopefully, it's not gonna keep up. It's obviously not gonna keep up since we have hired Ken Hughes. 3 stars of the game, Montembeault. William Martin, if you're just going for the Habs, abso-fucking-lutely. No doubt about it. 3 stars of the game should have been Montembeault. That is true, Jacob. We also have not lost to the Leafs since we hired Gordon. We have not lost to the Maple Queefs. So yeah, that is a very, 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 very good point. I want to nut November. Oh, damn. Goddamn. LGBT plus when the LGBTQ minus people walk in. I feel like sending this to Coffee God. Oh my god, that's fucking beautiful. Yeah, boys. I think we're gonna do the stats because I do have shit to do. I'm not restarting, but we're getting back into the Sim League tonight. I'm gonna try and take at least a good portion of the night to just kind of track where players are in the next NHL game. If you guys are in the Sim League, you guys know about that. If not, I can post a link to the Sim League right now. We don't have any teams that we don't have any links that need to be. Yeah, we don't have any teams, unfortunately. Hair Race, Honey Boo Boo collab next stream. Yo, orange hair, I'd love that. Jackelson, my guy. Oh, they got rid of the blue for the names on the mods. That sucks. Right or Cooley to Montreal Jackelson. I don't want Caden Cooley. I don't want Cooley, honestly. He just doesn't strike me as a guy who's going to pan out for the Montreal. I see Shane Wright, Matt Savoy, or Brad Lambert doing it. We're gonna call him like Brad Lambert. We're gonna call him like Brad Lambert if we get him. I'm gonna call him Brad Lambert or Brad Lambert. I assume it's either or. But yeah. Of course, Kim talking about Len's an OT. Of course he is. Of fucking course he is. Brad Lumber. Where you have Gooley. Oh yeah, orange hair. I'm gonna call them Cooley and Gooley. I'm gonna reverse their names so much. That's another reason I don't want Cooley, because it's gonna annoy the shit out of me. It's gonna ignore the shit out of me. It's gonna annoy the shit out of me when if we get Cooley. That's another reason. But yeah, these stats. Oh yeah, Jack Olson. Like I was just talking about. You guys are gonna be happy because I'm going through rosters right now. Mad Mike coming in clutch, sending me a video of all the NHL 12 rosters, at least of the NHL and AHL. I'm pretty sure. I don't think that these are gonna be like every single NHL team, but that would be sick if it is. Worst case scenario, I just have to go through the roster myself. But yeah. Bruh, Cooley is a fast, skillful, and deceptive forward who plays a 200-foot game. I don't know. I don't know about that Jack Olson. Like, I'm fine with Cooley. I don't see him panning out that much, unfortunately. Per Eric Ingles, Jake Allen will be out at least 8 weeks. Holy shit, Gabriel. Ooh, god damn. He's going to be out at least 2 months. Fuck. So he's pretty much out to the rest of the year. I'd rather Savoy or Wright myself. Orange Arrow, me too. I'd rather Savoy or Wright. I'd like Brad Lambert. I think he's going to be a really at least second line forward, Brad Lambert. But I got to go. If we don't get first overall, I would want Matthew Savoy. Unless Wright somehow doesn't get picked first overall. Unless that Cooley kid somehow overtakes first overall. Which he won't. I doubt he will. Montembeault season for 9 years. Hell yeah, Jack Olson, exactly. Montembeault season for the next 9 seasons, exactly. When Montembeault, guys, just expect in my sim league, when Montembeault gets in the league, don't expect him to be anything less than a 90 potential. No, realistically, he's probably going to be like an 82, 83, maybe somewhere around that. I think that's about fair. But yeah, he's probably not going to be anything super high. Gabriel, you think Pricey returns this season? Yes, I do think if anything, he'll probably get maybe 2 or 3 of the final 4 games at the end of the year. I do think he will get at least 1 game this season. Technically, I guess he returns, but in like a full-time role, I see him returning next season. Savoy fits the style Hughes and Gordon said they wanted to build. Yes, orange hair, fast on the puck, skillful players is pretty much what Savoy is. Wright is that two-way guy. He's very Bergeron-esque apparently. But we already have Suzuki, who's Bergeron-esque, so I think getting Savoy would work better. As our motto goes, no pain, no shame. This goes for the players and the fans. Yeah, Jacob, I guess it does. William, the season is kind of a write-off. I do think everyone involved on the Canadiens is much better than our record indicates and much better than they've been. Suzuki, 22 points in 38 games is good, but I do think he's about a roughly point-per-game player at this point. Drouin, I think he's about a 30-point player by now. Toffoli, same thing, 30-point player by now. But then again, he's missed like 10, 15 games. So, yeah. But speaking of the stats, Nick Suzuki leads the team with 7 goals, 15 assists, 22 points. This is indeed a write-off. Fuck, Jacob. There's so many good right puns you can make. There's so many good right puns, and I love that you guys are making them all for me. But Suzuki leads the team with 7 goals, 15 assists, 22 points. Drouin right behind him with 5 goals, 15 assists, 20 points. Tyler Toffoli, 7 goals, 10 assists, 17 points. Josh Anderson with 8 goals, 6 assists, 14 points. Arturi Lehkonen, 4 goals, 10 assists, 14 points. Tyler Pitlick and Christian Dvorak each with 7 goals, 6 assists, 13 points. Mike Hoffman with 7 goals, 3 assists, 10 points. Brendan Gallagher, who's unfortunately currently hurt, 4 goals, 6 assists, 10 points. Chris Weidman, 2 goals, 8 assists, 10 points. Denny Savard, and Cole Caulfield, each with a goal, 8 assists, 9 points. That's why I kind of hope for pick number 2. I'll take one as well. That's 2 different type players. Rules in Savoy and Suzuki. I'm orange hair, exactly. Me too. I'd like Shane Wright. I think he would be nice. It'd be cool to have a first over, but I do think that Matthew Savoy, who we could even potentially pick at number 3, I think would be really nice to have as that like playmaker, speedy forward, and then Suzuki as the playmaker, two-way guy who can also play defensively, you know? And then obviously you can probably pair Savoy with Caulfield and then Suzuki with maybe like Toffoli and Drouin, which I would want to keep Drouin and Toffoli. Maybe get Toffoli, Suzuki, and Drouin on the line again next year. I'd like that. I think it'd be nice to reunite them, you know? I hope Hughes will take the Habs in the right direction, Jacob. I hope they do too. I love these puns. Keep them coming, boys. Paling has 5 goals, 3 assists, 8 points. Brett Kulak with 1 goal, 7 assists, 8 points. Ben Sherrod with 5 goals, 2 assists, 7 points. Jake Evans with 4 goals, 3 assists, 7 points. Michael Pezzetta with 4 goals, 2 assists, 6 points. Sammy Niku, who's currently hurt, 5 assists. Mathieu Perreault, also hurt, 3 goals, 1 assist, 4 points. 2 playmaking centers and set them up with pure snipers. Caulfield, exactly, onion hair, orange hair. Like, I think if you can do like a line of Duran, Suzuki, Toffoli, I'd like that. Then maybe say a second line or a first line eventually of say Savoy, Caulfield, and then maybe like an Anderson type of guy if he can move to the left wing. I think Anderson will work well in that line and get the big bruising power forward with the playmaker Savoy and the pure sniper Caulfield. I think it would work well. Or if you want to move Caulfield to the left wing, see if he can develop his 1T really well or his wrist shot on his proper hand. I think that'd work well if you want to get Caulfield on the left wing. There's a lot of potential options you can do if you get Wright, Savoy, or Lambert. There's definitely a lot of really good options, or even Cooley if you wanted to get Cooley for some reason, because I think he's a center. Like 4 of the top 8 projected to go this year are centers. So this is a great year for Montreal to tank, in my opinion. Because, you know, I think we do need that one final great center because we have Suzuki. We'd have one of Savoy, Lambert, Cooley, or Wright. Then we'd have like an Evans as our third line center. And then you can switch out, rotate your fourth line center. Wings, obviously, you have Farrell and Misick. You probably might keep Anderson potentially on the left wing. Toffoli on the left wing if you want to keep him around as a left winger. Probably maybe on the third line at that point, and then rotate your fourth line. And then on the right wing, we'd have Caulfield. Anderson. Probably won't have Galley because he does not want to. Oh, yeah, fucking Dvorak as well. Yeah, Dvorak. I forgot orange hair. Thank you. So you'd probably have Suzuki, Savoy, Dvorak, and Evans is your center depth, which I think is maybe potentially a top 5 center depth in the league if every guy develops out really well, which maybe. But yeah, orange hair, I think Dvorak stays. Unless there's a team that's willing to pay like 2 firsts on a prospect, for example, then you get rid of Dvorak. But I would like to keep Dvorak in Montreal. I really, really like the guy. I think he's really solid. Romanov has 2 goals, 2 assists, 4 points. Armia, who is hurt, and Petrie each with a goal, 3 assists, 4 points. Laurent Dauphin with a goal, 2 assists, 3 points. Jesse Leon with a goal and assist for 2 points. Lucas Vedemo, Raphael Harvey-Pinard, goal. Adam Brooks, who is no longer with the team. Cedric Paquette and Corey Schoeneman each with an assist this year. So yeah, guys, that is pretty much gonna do it. Yeah, that's pretty much gonna do it. Paling, Evans, Paquette. Oh yeah, Paling. I forget Paling. I don't know why I keep forgetting him. If Paling can adapt to the left wing, then yeah, Paling, Evans, Paquette could be a really Pezzetta could be a really good fourth line. You get the big bruising grinder energy guy in Pezzetta who can put up a couple goals. Paling as the power forward who can also hit, who can play solid as a two-way guy. And Evans, who's your very defensive, wins faceoffs, PK type of guy. I'd love that. I really hope they take a center at the draft and move Paling to the wing. Savoy, Suzuki, Duran, and Evans. Jacob, it does sound very sexy indeed. It will. Here's the thing: Suzuki, Duran, Evans, and whoever we get at the draft, whether it is Savoy, a Wright, a Cooley, or Lambert, whether we get one of those 4 guys, which I'm almost guaranteeing we get one of those 4 guys for sure in the draft. I hope we take a center as well, because I think that would solidify our center core for the next potentially 5 or so years. Because I think Dvorak is like 26, so by 31, you maybe look to move him out potentially. But yeah, I think if you get Suzuki, say Savoy, Dvorak, and Evans, that solidifies your center depth for at least 3 years, I think, in my opinion. If Savoy signs right away and he's NHL ready, you know. Then you're working in Mishak. I think you maybe do work in Mishak into the lineup next year. Maybe you get him on a 4th line. I think you give him at least a chance in preseason. I liked what Jan Mishak did in preseason for us. I think he could have maybe gotten a call up, but I do think next year we are going to start working Jan Mishak into the lineup. Sean Farrell, I think, plays in the AHL though, because I think he's graduating from the U.S. Hockey League soon. So Sean Farrell probably immediately plugs into the top line in the AHL, and when he comes into the Habs, probably plugs in on the second line. You know, I'm just realizing you could potentially have a line of like Farrell, Suzuki, and like Toffoli. Oh Jesus, that would be beautiful. Holy shit. Imagine if Hughes keeps the Carolina rivalry on by offer sheeting Natchez. Jacob, I would love that. You offer sheet Natchez, only give up like a second. Give him like $4 million or something where it's like, yeah, no, he'll accept that. And it's like Carolina's like, God damn it, we have no cap space because we overpaid the fuck out of Kotkaniemi. We did these dumb moves. We overpaid this guy. We overpaid Eric Stahl or Jordan Stahl, whichever one they have. You know, I'd love that. Orange hair. I was talking about that with my dad as well. I was like, you know what? When Galley's gone at the deadline because he doesn't want to be with us for a rebuild, Toffoli I think would work as a captain. He strikes me as a Gianna type guy. By the way, Dominic Bolik, how's it going, my guy? Thank you for coming in. Farrell will come in exactly. Orange hair, he will. Farrell, Suzuki, Anderson, Jacob. Oh fuck, dude, the amount of possibilities you can do with Sean Farrell. I love Sean Farrell. I'll be honest. I do see Sean Farrell as being that elite first line left winger that you want as a great playmaker. I do see him being that. I see him being a massive 5th round steal. Sean Farrell strikes me as that type of guy. But yeah, orange hair. I was talking about with my dad. I see Toffoli kind of being the next Gianta in a way, not in similar playstyles necessarily, even though he does kind of remind me a little bit of Gianta, but more so in you don't really expect him to be a good captain, but he's a really, really good captain if he is named the captain and given that chance. I do see Toffoli being that, and I could see him being the captain maybe next year. Yeah, Toffoli captain, Suzuki and Anderson with the A's. I absolutely see that. Orange hair, and I agree. Toffoli and Anderson clearly love being in Montreal. Suzuki, I think, even though he doesn't speak much about Montreal, it's clear he does like being in Montreal. I love that. As a third line, Paling, Dvorak, and Toffoli. Jacob, that's a good third line in my opinion. Paling is the good power forward, Dvorak the defensively minded playmaker, and Toffoli the goal scorer. God damn it, I like that. That is a really good third line. Honestly, I don't know. I kind of want to make a video like soon, talking about like, oh, who should the Habs get rid of in a rebuild? What should we do? Who should we draft? What could our future lines look like? We also have Raphael Harvey-Pinard actually could potentially be a 4th liner for us if we use Paling on the third line. Those guys could rotate. Capitals lost 4-3 to Boston. Damn, Dominic. As long as Ovi scores, I'm fine with the Caps losing, honestly. I just want Ovi to keep scoring. Please tell me he at least scored one of the 3 goals for the Caps. Yeah, guys. I'd like talking with you guys for now. We're having a great time on stream. Chad just sent me a video. Ovi didn't score. That sucks. First line, whoever we draft this year, Caulfield and Drouin. Really? Whoever we draft this year at center, Caulfield on right wing, and Drouin left wing. So you think like next year this guy is going to come in and immediately be on the first line? I know we like not shuffle. I know we play all 4 lines equally, but you really think whoever we draft this year is going to immediately get slotted on the first line, Jacob? That I could see that though, especially if it's like a Savoy or a Lambert. I don't know. I think Lambert is going to need like a year or 2 before he's really NHL ready. I could see Wright or Savoy for sure coming in right away into the NHL and being in the top 6 for the Canadiens for sure. So yeah, if it's like Drouin, Savoy, Caulfield, I'd expect Caulfield to hit 20, 30 goals on that line. I do think this is definitely an off year for everyone, but especially Caulfield. I could absolutely see that. Oh no, not yesterday. I'm just saying what I want in 2 to 3 years. I'd love that actually. I would love that for sure. Drouin, say Savoy and Caulfield. That would be a great first line. Then Suzuki on the second line. I think with like Farrell, and then you could probably slot in Toffoli or Anderson on that second line. Then third line, the one between Toffoli and Anderson, who's not there, with like Mishak and Dvorak, and then a fourth line of like Paling, Evans, like you said, Pezzetta. But then where's that leave Raphael Harvey Pinard? This is going to be a good thing in 2 to 3 years when we have way too much depth. This is going to be such a good thing for the Habs when we have too much depth. And it's like, oh, we have to trade a guy for a second because we don't have a spot for him. Oh, no, you know? I honestly think the Canadiens are going to be a great, great team when they're coming out of this rebuild, I think. But yeah, guys, I believe that is unfortunately going to be it for today's video. Or today's stream, I should say. I do want to get something in me. Not in that way. I should have phrased that differently. I want to get some food in me. I want to get some drink. My Pepsi's running out. My milk is about just over halfway gone. And I want to rest my voice a little bit. I got some roster work to do on. I got some roster work to do. And yeah. Yeah, Jacob on D, Goulet Mailloux. I honestly do think Logan Mailloux is going to be great for the Canadiens. And Caden Goulet, I see him being really incredible. I honestly could see Caden Goulet being future captain material. Like, obviously, I know that's like really high expectations, but that doesn't mean he's going to be a great player. There's been some captains in the NHL who have been fourth line, third line type players, you know, like third pairing, like Jersey for a while. Their captain was some guy who was the fucking Jersey captain when they like not first came in, but like when there was like Stevens and Niedermeyer in that era. Who was the New Jersey Devils captains? There's some like third, fourth line guy as their captain, you know? Yeah, Jack I think he's gonna be. I think he could be good. I think he could end up being a good. I think he could end up being a solid sixth defenseman for us, maybe a fifth or sixth. If we're trading Hoffman, Gallagher, and such too, you got to think more is getting added. Orange hair for sure. I think if you trade Galley, because apparently there is at least one team who was willing to give him what we gave him. If you're moving Galley at the deadline, I think you absolutely can get like at least a first round pick. No, I don't want their current captain. I want, yes, just straight up captains. Yes. I hear Logan is great at documenting things too. Clifford, me too. I hear he's a really great documenter, really good at documenting personal stuff. Nicholas Foligno, duster captain. I agree, Jacob. Absolute duster. But yeah, Goulet Mailloux, Romanoff, Harris, Struble, Norlander. God, Jesus, that would be. Oh, Romanoff with Harris, Struble, Norlander, and then I see Norlander being a really, really good. I could see our defense probably being maybe Mailloux, Romanoff, because I feel like Mailloux is more of a bit of an offensive guy. Mailloux, Romanoff, Goulet, Norlander, and then Harris, Struble. I could see Harris and Struble being connected together. And then, yeah, I could definitely see that being the case. Mel Bridgman. Mel Bridgman was their captain for a while. No, it wasn't him, was it? Bryce Salvador was their captain for 3 seasons not that long ago. That's so weird. The one season they had Zach Parise as a captain right before he fucking walked to free agency. See, and this is a team, Bryce Salvador, this is a team that had Ilya Kovalchuk, who wasn't even a captain, Adam Larson, Habs legend, Tom Kostopoulos. This is a team that had Travis Zajac, Marek Zidlicki, Dinas Zubris, who's a pretty decent captain material. Andy Green, who was about to be their captain afterwards. Patrick Elias, who they stripped of the captaincy 2 years prior. Even like David Clarkson, technically, you know? This is a team that, you know, fucking, what's his name? Where is he? Am I fucking retarded? Bryce Salvador had 2 assists in 39 games, you know? So, you know, guys that are captains aren't always the big star players. So even if Goulet doesn't turn out to be a star player, he does strike me as a guy who could end up being a captain potentially. I bet LA takes Gallagher. Orange hair, it would be hilarious. I'd love that. Orange hair,
apparently Hughes has good connections with Harris and Struble, so I do think he'll find a way to sign them. I don't think that Harris and Struble are going to walk. I don't watch the prospects, but I remember hearing someone compare Jordan Harris to Adam Fox. Really, Jacob? If Jordan Harris is anything like an Adam Fox and we sign him, god damn it, I'm hoping he turns into something. Even if he's not even exactly like an Adam Fox and just gets 50, 60 points, I am fucking happy with that. I am happy with Harris being a puck-moving 50, 60-point defenseman, not even if he's like point per game like Adam Fox. I am happy with a 56-point scorer. 56 point exact. He has to score at least 56 points, or I'm not happy with Jordan Harris at exactly 56, no more and no less. But yeah, if Jordan Harris does end up being like Adam Fox, I will be extremely happy with what he does for the Canadiens. But yeah, we've been live for over an hour. I'm thinking we're gonna start heading out now, guys. Oh god damn it! And of course that video rip. That sucks. Yeah, guys, we're gonna start heading out, I believe. Yeah, the Canadiens unfortunately lost. If you guys got any more comments or questions, please let me know. Please send them right now. It's always worrying drafting people from the Boston area just because they hate the Habs growing up. But I mean, exactly. Both Gordon and Hughes spent a lot of time in Boston. I feel like Hughes, in his few months with the Canadiens, could look at Harris, could tell Harris, and be like, "Hey, look, I've only been here a few months, but it's really nice here." Blah blah blah. You know, say his experience with Montreal. I'm not going to put words into his mouth that, "Oh, it's a great city, people are great." Blah blah blah. You know, but hey, this is he's probably going to use like, "Hey, this is a team that's going to be great up and coming." Yeah, probably going to be rough for the next year or two. But if you come in on this team, you go to the HL for a year or two. When you come up, you're not going to regret it. You know, I do think we're going to probably try and do that with Harris and probably Struble as well. I do think Struble could use at least a year, at least half a year in the AL. I think he's just about NHL ready. In NHL video game terms, if like 80 is for sure NHL ready, I think Harris, or I think Struble's like a 78, 79. He can come into the lineup, be a good replacement guy. But if you want him to get that to that 80 overall, you give him a year in the AHL. That's the best way for me to kind of describe it for you guys. But yeah, guys, that is probably going to do it for today's stream again. Struble's a Greek god. Yes, he is. Orange chair. I watched that draft video and I was like, oh god, that's going to be a meme. And yeah, the second Struble debuts, we're going to call him a Greek god. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna start doing the outro. If you guys got any comments or questions, feel free to ask them. Feel free to ask them, and I'll get to them for the end of the stream. That's gonna do it for today's stream, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, favorite, share, any includes but not limited to YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, and anything else. My name is Rice. Subscribe to the Puff Club channel. Subscribe to the Sub Club if you remember the Mod Squad. Subscribe to Any Nation, first of all. If you remember the Mod Squad, thank you very much for monitoring. Any comments or any streams and any videos is much greatly appreciated. Links in the description of the Amazon wishlist, the PO Box, and the PayPal. Anything sent my way is much greatly appreciated. On the PayPal, we are starting the computer fund, which is to get me a better computer so we can do more fun stuff with streams. I can do more content with video game stuff for you guys, and probably do just better stuff in general because I feel like some editing softwares that I do want to get are gonna like kind of overpower my current computer. So yeah, and it'll probably take like 8 days to render a fucking 20-minute video. So yeah. And yeah, anything you send my way via the Amazon wishlist or the PO Box will be open on stream unless you ask me not to. Unless it's the months of November, December, they will be held onto my desk under my Charlie Brown Christmas tree and opened on a special Christmas Eve live stream. So yeah, there's that. We also have the Discord in the description. I post every single time. I notify you guys every time I go live or post a video. So if you don't trust YouTube's notification system, which you really shouldn't, then check me out on Discord. We also have a bunch of fun stuff. We got the Come Zone. We got the lounges for every NHL team if you want to talk in there. Yeah, we have a lot of fun stuff there. The Twitch is also in the description. The Letterbox, check it out if you want to know movies I love or movies I hate. Much greatly appreciated. And also, we have the speedrunning account. I've been saying I want to get into speedrunning for a while. I just realized my Xbox controller's been plugged in for like a month. Goddamn. I'm not charging, but it's a wired controller, so it's been plugged into my computer for a while. But yeah, we have all those in the description. That's gonna do it for today's stream, you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so much. Appreciate you guys coming out, sticking around for over an hour. Fucking 2 a.m. right now. Thank you guys for sticking around and watching the stream. Love you guys so much. My name is Harris, and I am out. Stay classy, boys. I am Montreal. Always remember, no matter how bad we are like this year, or how good we are like last year, how good we're doing in NHL 14 so far, which I gotta get into that be a GM again. Go Habs, go, baby. Thank you guys so much for watching. Love you guys. You guys are the reason that I keep streaming and uploading videos on YouTube. As long as people keep watching, I'll keep uploading. I love doing YouTube, but I want there to be a little bit of a fan base because if you're not getting viewership, what's the point of continuing, you know? So that's going to do it, guys. Again, thank you so much for watching. My name is Harris, and I am out. Love you guys. Stay classy, boys. See you, boys. Peace. Bye, guys. Love you.